Hello, my name is Markus. I am a software developer from Hamburg. I work at a company called WPS. This is the website, and we focus on software development and software architecture. So, if you live in Germany, maybe in Hamburg or in Berlin, then check out this website under Karriere. You can see our new jobs. And yeah, that's not subject of this video. I thought I should show you how I would start an Angular application with Angular 20 and OpenStreetMaps. So let's start with the command line. I already have the latest version of Angular CLI. You can see it here. It's 20.0. That has just been released a few days ago. And what I want to start a new project called, let's call it map example, mapx. And now the CLI will start working and asks me, do you want to create a zoneless application without zone.js? Yes, I want that. Which style sheet format would you like to use? I always prefer Sass. And then, do you want to enable server-side rendering? Nope, I don't need that. So now the CLI will initialize this project, which might take a few minutes. And there we are. First things first, we go into this mapx and do ng-serve to see what it looks like. So now we can check out localhost, and this is the default mapx app, how it was installed by the Angular CLI. Now we stop this. I will show you the code in VS Code. But first I want to change the prefix. Usually it's app. I want to have mx like mapx. Yeah, and then you can see the source folder with the app component. The app component is not named app component anymore. In Angular 20, they changed that, so it's without component. The file name is without component, and the class name is without component. And what we just saw is all of this, and I want to remove that. All we need is the router outlet. And as I said, I want to create a map, an OpenLayers map. So what we need first is OL. We install it with npm iol. Okay, 0 vulnerabilities. Now we have to go to our Angular JSON again, and there should be a place for styles, and we need to include the node modules styles for OpenLayers, otherwise it won't display maps. And that's it. So what we can do now is, well, start a feature for the map. I like to build features to have like architectural boundaries between the blocks, and the map feature will be map. And inside map, I will generate a component called OSM map, like OpenStreetMap. OpenStreetMap, to be honest, so maybe not so great. But anyway, now it's OSM map, and this component now has the selector mx-OSM map, and I will include it here. That's it. So if we run this app now, there's no map. Don't be too fast here. But we will see that it's empty now. Just OSM map works. And what I want to do is I want to put this into a div, which has the ID map, map container maybe, and put the map inside of it. And then this map container shall have size. Map container. So like width 100%, height 500 pixels, and let's say background color sky blue. So now we can see this is where we want to have the map inside, and the MX OSM map will get a div too. So that's div ID map maybe. And this map will get the style. It's inside the container we just created. So we can now give this width 100%, just like the other one, and height 100%. So now it will take the whole height, and we can see that with the background color red. So now we should see that everything is red. And this map should be initialized, and for that we need something like maybe a map service. So ng generate service, and I will call it service OSM map service. And I will move this away. And there it is. My map service is this one. This should have a map. And this map comes from OL, like OpenLayers. And I added the this one here to make sure, or to let the compiler know that we will make sure that something is inside. What we always need when we want to work with normal latitude and longitude coordinates is use geographic. Took me a while to find out about this. But if you use that, then the map takes the normal latitude and longitude coordinates. And then we need a method called initMap. And this will not get a map like Copilot suggests here, but a container. That's the HTML element where that map lives in. And now Copilot already gave me some code. Target is fine. Layers, I want to install a layer, and it should be a tile layer because we want to show OpenStreetMaps. So we need a new tile layer. Oops. And source, a layer always has a source, is new OSM. So that should show us OpenStreetMaps. And then we also need a view. And that could be a new view with, well, what do we want to see? We want to have the center at, let's go to WPS. I wrote down the coordinates of WPS, the company where I work. That's 10.0083. And the longitude, oops, I need to put it in an array. The longitude is 53.58309. Oh, and I forgot to add view. That's from OL. Also, I need a zoom. 12 is good. And a max zoom, yes, why not? So yeah, this will be the code to init the map. We don't want it to be returned. So it doesn't return anything. And I think that's fine. So here in the OSN map, we can implement implements on init, and in ng on init, we want to call our map service. So we first need it. Let's say private map service inject OSM map service. And now we can say this dot map service dot init map document dot get element by ID. And let's see, did we have that ID? Yes, the ID is map. This is not by me, this is by Copilot. What happens if I... Okay. Well, yeah, let's leave it there. So what does the app look like now? There it is. This is the map. And if we hit plus, 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 then boom, here's VPS, the company I'm working at. Yeah, so that's pretty nice, pretty fast. We have the map, and we can now add a marker. And I already copied a marker from a website, so I will put that into the public folder. It's here as mapx. No, it's in temp actually. Temp map marker 800 svg, and we want to copy that to public. So now let us add a layer, maybe for our markers, maybe a new feature. So new folder, markers, and this markers can have a new component, markers layer. So here we go, markers layer, and first let me type the name of the marker. So that's private read-only marker name dot svg. Okay, and for these layers, we need the map service. Inject OSM map service. And then we need a method called initLayer. And this one will create a feature. That's new feature And feature comes from OL again. And what we have is geometry. That's again the coordinates where we want to put this. So Copilot remembered where I had the last one. And maybe name in Hamburg. So that's the feature. And to attach the style, we need an icon style, and that's new style. You guessed that. And in here we have an image, and that's a new icon. And this icon has an anchor. And my map marker is like a drop with the narrow part at the bottom. So x is 0.5 and y is 1. That's the anchor where the marker shall be placed, and source is, this is totally wrong. Let's put the slash here. Oops, slash. The source is this punct marker name. And now our feature will get that style, and we need a vector source. Come on. And this vector source, no, this is totally wrong. This vector source is new vector source features. Feature. So we have one feature, which is the marker we want to display. And then we need this layer. The layer should be a vector layer. Vector layer comes from OL layer, and this dot vector layer gleich, that's new vector layer, source vector source z index. Yeah, why not? And did I say vector layer? It's just layer. So this dot layer. And now we need the map service to show this. This dot map service dot add layer, this dot layer. And this add the layer does not exist yet. I will do it in a minute. But init layer is a method which creates a feature with a point where the feature should be displayed and a name. We don't do anything with that, but maybe later. We have an icon, which has our drop as icon. We will see it later. And we set this style to the feature. So at this point, this icon shall be displayed with the anchor on the bottom line in the middle. And after that, we create a vector source with this feature and a layer with this vector source and a z index, and maybe visible can be true. And the map service shall add this layer. To do this, we also do like implements on init, and then in ng on init, we will call init layer. And we also need on destroy to ng on destroy this dot map service dot remove layer. So what we need is add layer and remove layer, and maybe let's put this here. So init layer will initialize the layer, and we add it manually like this. Okay, now back to the map source, and we need add layer, and the layer should be a base layer that includes all the layers. And if this map, yeah, that's fine. And remove layer shall remove it, and we need to include this. So markers layer should work now. It doesn't. Because if this dot layer, because of strict TypeScript, you also have to do it here. All right, we now have a layer which I wrote like a component. We don't need this, but we can use it as a component. And this means that hopefully here we can say that our map can have an MX markers layer. Okay, and the MX OSM, well, let us see if it works. Reload. There's nothing. Do we have something in our... No. Then maybe I have to rerun it. So let's save it again. So what does it look like now? There's the marker. So it's a bit big, maybe. How can we change that? Markers layer. Maybe we can give it a size. So size, and that could be, I don't know. Let's try this. Now I can't see it anymore. So I think the original is 800. There it is. And what happens if we make 400? Will it scale? No, it will just cut. So maybe we should use scale. And then maybe scale should be 1. Then we should maybe have the original. Yeah. So 0.01, 0.01. This could be very small, but yeah, there it is. Maybe that's too much. I think that's 8 pixels now. So this should be 32 pixels, and that looks good. These are the coordinates of WPS Workplace Solutions. So what have we done? We have our app component where we have this map, and inside the map a markers layer. The secret about this one is that it won't work if you have two maps, because they both share the same service. If you want to have two maps, then you would have to remove this provided in a root in the OSM map service. And instead, the component should provide the service. We could maybe try it. So if we remove this, then we will get a problem because it says probably injector error. But if we provide it now in our component, we could do providers OSM map service. And now it could work again. And now we could have more maps, not just one, and they will all draw the markers within where they are. So I have this ID now. I don't know. Well, try it at home. You can copy this and change this from ID to class, or maybe change the container name ID, and then both should work because they use different instances of the service. We have this OSM map with the container where the map will live inside. And yeah, we have this service which has used geographic so that we can use these coordinates, latitude and longitude. Init map makes the map with the HTML element as a target, with the tile layer and OSM OpenStreetMaps inside, which is actually the map. Then we have the view with a center and Workplace Solutions, zoom, and a max zoom. Max zoom means that we can't zoom as long as we want, just to this. We can also give a min zoom if we want. And then we have this markers layer, which I built like a component so that when it uses inject, it can get the OSM map service, which lives in the map or is provided with the map. Okay, maybe in the next video, if I get some reactions, I will show you how to, I don't know, maybe draw 100 cities, or how to find out where the owner of the device is, so that we can show the position and maybe the orientation. Or maybe I show something else. Just let me know. Tell me how you like the video, and hope to hear from you soon.